please like and subscribe.
Hello, Collective. Welcome to your reading. Collective, this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with all of it. You might not resonate with any of it. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your life, who's in your morphic field. So if you feel like I'm not talking about you, please switch the energies around. Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High for the collective and for whoever you bring into this reading. Thank you. All right, and what's on the bottom of the deck? Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. This is what is supporting the entire reading. Okay, so Temperance. Ooh, look at this reading. Look at this reading. Okay. So there's like a combination of forces here, like with the temperance here, with the overall energy of the entire reading, what's supporting the entire reading. There's definitely a combination of forces within you, within the other person. But also a moderation, some sort of a balancing out. Some sort of a balancing out. It's kind of like I'm seeing, I'm just seeing a boat in the water. It's like a sailboat, some sort of a sailboat, and it's in the water. It's totally buoyant. But then either new weight gets put into the boat or other weight gets taken out of the boat. And because of that, there's a shifting of the boat's mass. There's a shifting of the boat as it repositions, it rebalances itself in the water. That's what I'm kind of getting is there's like moderation, some sort of a rebalancing. Maybe there wasn't enough and some got put in, or there was too much and something got taken out of the boat, but some sort of moderation has happened at your own hand, at your own request, your own will, your own prayer, your own desire. Something within you or somebody else was seeking moderation. Okay, so in the recent past here, there's the Six of Swords. I'm seeing this King of Wands. I know what the definition and meaning of this card is, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a wizard. I'm seeing whatever has happened to you in the past. You said a truth. You know, I always I always see the Six of Swords in alignment with the Greek pantheon. When Hercules leaves the land of the dead, he has to pay Charon, and Charon, the ferryman, and Charon takes him from the land of the dead in his ferry back into the land of living. Now, this is all symbolism, it's just symbolic. So the land of the dead, for you or for somebody else, this is either you or somebody else that left a dimension of your life, your marriage. This could be a marriage, friendship, a job, a workplace, a religion even, but something no longer worked. It worked, and then it didn't work anymore. And it's almost like a contract, some sort of a contract that was long standing with you, came to an end. And there was a season where you spent time in this dimension, even though it was over. It was expired, long expired, and you weren't being careless, you weren't being lazy, you were just, I'm seeing bear medicine here, totally bear medicine. You were staying there for as long as you needed to, until you developed the language, the truth within you, and then you spoke it to Charon. And you leave. This is either you're leaving with a child sitting beside you. This is either your own innocence, or this is maybe you are leaving a marriage or something, someplace, and you're taking your child with you. But it's like a deliverance. It's like freedom. It's transition. It's change. It's healing. It's you're leaving behind. You're leaving an old world behind. You're moving forward. You're moving onward. We only see your back. Whoever's perspective is looking at you and Charon as you're moving on, that's the whole point, is you're moving on. So, and I'm feeling that this is you, that I'm just getting this sense of the wizard, the King of Wands. Because the King of Wands is like, very swift, very strong. The King of Wands is an overcomer. He's a big picture seer. He's a leader. He's an overcomer of challenges. But so are wizards. Wizards are big picture seers. Wizards are a big picture seer is a holotropic thinker, a multi-dimensional thinker. Probably somebody who's diagnosed with ADHD. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. A multi-dimensional person that can function on multi-dimensions at the same time. Women are this way. Many, many women are this way. But because it's in reverse, I'm feeling that your capacity, here you are, because there's the magician in you coming up in the future, but it's like the magician part of you, the part of you that was manifesting, part of you that was creating and manifesting from your being, not just from your mind and ideas, but from your being. That was paused as you were recovering from coming back from something. This was still in rest, still in transition, still in metamorphosis, still in transfiguration, because of the decision you made to move on, to leave something behind you. Could be a part of yourself, but it's usually you don't leave a part of yourself behind. You just become more aware of ourselves. We just become more aware of ourselves. So it could be a part of maybe like in addiction. We don't leave ourselves behind. We leave behaviors behind. We leave addictions behind, but we don't leave ourselves. You left the land of the dead, and there is unrequited love here. There is a blockage on love. There is unrequited love. And because of this, and I don't know if it's because of this, but the resulting of this is going to be a judgment. This wizard here, this is you or your person. I'm feeling like, yes, your wizard's in like a solar minimal. We're like pulled your light, your nuclear power, your essence, your fire, your soul. That's it. You've pulled your soul inward in order to transform, in order to transfigure, to go through this transfiguration. And because of that, you're not in manifestation mode. You're actually transfiguring onto the path of your heart. So I'm feeling you could have been a wizard that was like disconnected from your feelings, like a wizard that was more, you were still a wizard, but you're more connected to your path of service directly from your heart. Maybe it was all about the money before. Maybe it was all about the recognition before, but now it's different. Now you're coming from your heart now. Something's happened where what you left behind has shifted your life, has shifted you, your capacity to manifest, and has shifted your life because and aligned you with your heart. But with this, there's an unrequited love towards something that you've left behind. And the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like you or somebody else is almost like indulging in excessive pleasure or overabundance in pleasure. In order to compensate for a change, loss of prestige. Somebody you're dealing with feels like there's been a loss of prestige. They feel there's unrequited love, there's a loss of prestige. This could be you. You're feeling a loss of prestige, like class, influence, status among your peers. This could be within a workplace, this could be within a friendship. But there's ultimately going to be healing. You or somebody else is ultimately going to come into some sort of healing, some sort of maybe familiarity of some kind. But you're going to heal with something. There's going to be some sort of healing coming in. This is Scorpio energy. Could be dealing with the Scorpio. Or maybe it's the Scorpio in your chart. It's going to be taking control or taking charge of this process. But with this healing is going to come a judgment. And this judgment is going to release you into you or somebody else into your magician energy. You're like, you're landing. It's like you're landing on the earth. Like your feet are landing on the earth. You're like buffalo, boom, like with authority, with sovereignty, with weight, with mass. You're still light as a feather because you're a magician, but you've got authority, you've got sovereignty that has astral weight. It's like astral weight, like boom. And because of that, you're going to be receiving recognition. People are going to be seeing, understanding. You're just going to be recognized for the work that you're doing. You're healing. Maybe you're going to be healing others, because that's usually how it is. We don't heal unless we in turn heal others. I remember when my daughter was in high school and she would come home and she would tell me like things that she learned in science. And it would help her learn and solidify what she learned, because she'd be teaching it to me. And I'd be like, oh, that's not ever fascinating. That's so interesting. She taught me really very cool things that she learned in science class, and this is like grade 11, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. It was like very cool. But yeah, and I find myself reflecting on that experience when I myself learn as I teach, as I repeat something I've learned before to somebody else, and all of a sudden it becomes that much more solidified or ingrained in me, rooted, taken root within my psyche, within my consciousness. Okay, let's do some clarification. What is the King of Wands? What is this wizard energy creator? What is this wizard energy? What is this wizard energy creator? And why is it in reverse? Okay. Look at this. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this begins with the Eight of Wands. So there was some sort of a fast action, a rapid movement, rapid growth even, that came in, that you did. This is what I'm feeling, that you did when you left this land of the dead. There was rapid growth. I don't feel it was a quick decision. I don't feel that, because decisions look like they're quick. But you could have been ruminating on this and I feel like you were ruminating on this for years. So the action, once you decided to do this, boom, there was no more ruminating, no more stalling, no more anything. Like, boom, you acted. And it brought about the close of a cycle of fixed energies. You notice who's on the bottom, and the Sphinx is on the top, and Sphinxes are indicative of power. So some sort of power within you is being restored or developed, maybe for the first time, awakened. with this change of a cycle is like restlessness, but yet also exhaustion. You know, there's you want to go and explore the world, or whoever this is, someone wants to go and explore the world, but they also know they need to rest. They need to enter into a state of rest. Um, and I'm feeling like this person feels this intuitively because they don't know really how to stop, you know, just constantly going, but they're knowing they need to rest and stop and rest. The end of a cycle and you're entering into rest makes somebody around you really just a minute here. Yes, you were taking a break, not even taking a break, but you were resting after a huge close of a cycle, after a very courageous act that you did. And this was because of a very deep-seated sense of dissatisfaction with where you were. You're being seen by the people around you who this action and you leaving the land of the dead, people who were watching you leave. Now I'm thinking that whoever's watching you, like from a perspective, like it's the people you leave behind, and I'm feeling the people you leave behind are seeing you as cruel, cold-hearted, bitter. And like I said, like there's some sort of a lack of passion. There was just a lack of passion for this, whatever it was, whatever you left behind. And it was already energetically costing you. It was already expensive to stay energetically. And that's partially why you are so exhausted. But you had to, very interesting. For some reason, the creator's showing this to me in terms of like, like it was almost perilous. It was almost perilous because of the timing. Because of the timing. It's like, okay, you had to stay for a specific length of time in order for a certain set of nutrients, soul nutrients, to be developed within you. And you had to, once those soul nutrients were developed, then you had a very short window of time, I'm feeling, and this is all symbolically and astrally, but you had a short window of time in which to leave, then to get out. You've got what you got, you developed what you've developed, and now you need to get out. You need to move, act. You need to leave this relationship. You need to leave this, whatever this was, job, relationship, marriage, friendship. I don't know what this was, but you had to leave something. And that's what I'm showing, and that's what I'm feeling through the energy that's coming through the cards, is that you were this was like a strategic, shamanic soul retrieval, or some sort of magic medicine creating, medicine making. This was medicine making. And whatever land of the dead this was, it was something in your life where you had been for a long time, a very long time. And I'm even hearing guides, people I'm even hearing those on the other side saying they weren't sure if you were going to make this transition. They weren't sure if you were going to remember the contract. They weren't sure. And these are the people, your guides, your ancestors, who were counting on you to be the one to break this cycle. And that's what I'm feeling like. This was a cycle, something very long standing. Like, guides even thought that maybe you had been there for so long that you had just given up on what was in your heart, or maybe forgot about it. Maybe got so distracted that you totally forgot about it, but you never forgot about it. You did exactly, you knew exactly what you were doing, and they are so proud of you and relieved and happy and celebrating that you acted on this, and now here you are. What is the Ace of Cups, Creator? What is the Ace of Cups? What is the Ace of Cups? I love that when I hear the confirmation from the other side. It's very, very beautiful. Okay, the Ace of Cups, Creator. What is the Ace of Cups? Oh. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, so this unrequited love. Somebody who feels like they've lost prestige. Maybe this is you even coming out of here. Maybe you don't feel as celebrated and as victorious as what the guides are saying on the other side. Maybe you're feeling like exhausted and bereft and like, oh my God, well, like just feeling like you're still recovering. This emotional loss or blocked creativity or emptiness or unrequited love. Somebody was very, very vulnerable. And also, no, yeah, just very vulnerable. Because they had their heart broken. They were in a state of grief, a state of loss, a state of anguish, suffering. But whoever this is that has the unrequited love toward where they've come from, trust themselves very, very greatly. This trust in the High Priestess energy came at such a price. It was developed at such a price, such a cost to you or to whoever this is. This unrequited love was, you or somebody else trusted the fact that you became aware that, yeah, you made a bad decision. But it wasn't a bad decision. You had to, whatever this was, how do I say this, Creator? It's like no mud, no lotus. So wherever you were developing the nutrients within you for the lotus of your soul. You were developing critical nutrients for your soul, for your life, for you. It's not that it was a bad decision. But it's definitely not a relationship or situation or circumstance that you wanted to stay in or to stay a part of. It's not that it was bad or wrong. It was just bad or wrong for you. That's what this is. It wasn't bad or wrong. It was just not right for you. And you're telling yourself the truth is helping people, showing people, when you honor yourself, you honor everyone. So when people seeing you honoring yourself gives them the courage to do the same. I'm feeling that whether you're aware of this or not, but people are recognizing you for the strength that you have to honor yourself, to love yourself. Maybe this is you that feels like you lost prestige, with the length of time for where you came out of. And even though there is a sense of, whether or not, people are talking about you, you got to take the bad with the good, man. That's just what this is, because as many people are talking about you, there's and in favor of what you've done, in favor of what you're doing, in favor of who you are, in favor of what you're teaching or whatever, there is a measure of people out there. Balanced against this is a measure of people who are not in support of it, who are deceptive, who are not interested in being clear, being clean, being truthful, overcoming, facing their fears, taking responsibility for their lives. There are people out there that are not invested in justice. They're not invested in truth. They're invested in other things as pertaining to their contract or whatever. And I think that is a wise thing for you, knowing. Also, okay, they're also saying for me to pay attention, yes, that this unrequited love where you have left from, and your vulnerability and the heartache and the fact that this was developing within you, trust within yourself, a deep trust within yourself. Because even though you did what was right in the midst of injustice toward you. Something happened in the past and where you left from that was unresolvable. It was unresolvable because whoever was on the other end of whatever it is, refusing to tell the truth, refusing to come forward, refusing to work it out, refusing to expose themselves, refusing to be transparent. And that's what I mean. There's people out there that are not invested in this work. And nor should they be. The whole world can't be doing personal growth. That's just not, the system would be falling apart, okay? Maybe it needs to fall apart, maybe, whatever. But right now, there has to be balance. There's got to be balance on the planet. Okay, what is the magician energy creator? What is the magician energy? And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. No wonder your magician energy and your wizard energy transforming. That's why you feel like you lost prestige, because of this injustice. Whatever happened in the past. Whatever you had to endure, I'm feeling like, like the creator sees it, spirit sees it, definitely. Very much you are favored, you are seen. Heaven, it's like heaven turns its head towards you because of your courage, because of your commitment to yourself, because of your commitment to do what's right for you. And when you do what's right for you, you teach other people to do that for themselves. So no wonder this ends and begins in the magician energy. Yes, and that's why the wizard energy, the king of wands in reverse that I was seeing as a wizard energy, this lack of passion, a boredom with the contract, because the contract had been fulfilled. It was finished. It's like I'm hearing the words of Leonard Cohen. I loved you when our love was blessed. I love you now. There's nothing left except a sense of overtime. And that's why you or somebody feels so exhausted. The transfiguration. That's also why your magician is in reverse, like it's in recovery mode. Yes, that makes perfect sense. It's not just because you're bored and you left this land of the dead, it's you actually exhausted this part of your life. You will never go back to that. That's what the gurus say. That's what Ram Dass would say. Like, when we want to change a part of our lives, we have to exhaust it to the point where we can't stand it. Exhaust it. Like, oh no, not that thing again. Like another cigarette. Like, oh man, I got to that point. I used to smoke cigarettes. Next year I'll be going on 8 years that I have quit. But I remember how it ruled every friggin' second of my life. It got to the point where I resented it. I was just like, I hate smoking, like. But that's it. That's it. Okay, what is the magician, creator? What is the magician? I love how intuitive you guys are and how in tune with yourselves you are at a deep, deep level. At a very deep level. You guys are so in touch with your inner shaman, inner wizard, inner healer, inner knower. Okay, what is the magician? Okay. So this judgment that comes in, and I'm feeling this is judgment that you breathe into a certain situation, maybe where you've come from, maybe where you're going, maybe about yourself, a new knowing about yourself, a new understanding about yourself. And that's what I mean, realization. This is what is supporting the entire reading. So a very deep realization about yourself. But there's been some sort of a permanent shift. I'm seeing you and another person, like you could be standing side by side, but there's like an impassable gulf between you. And I'm feeling like you know it. I'm feeling they know it too. And there's a sense of grief and loss about this, that it's a chasm that you're now very aware of. It's like whoever you've left behind, they're not willing to do the work, and you're not willing. You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't unknow something. Looking back at an area of your life that is you can't go back to because of the work you have done on yourself. And even if you did go back, you would be impotent. They don't, the lower dimension of where you came from, you wouldn't speak the same language anyway. You wouldn't have that strength. You would have to abandon your strength in order to go back, in order to honor a relationship that isn't true to you anymore. And as you're grieving about where you've come from, your strength is returning. Your strength is returning. So is your capacity to know your instincts, know your own inner instincts, your capacity to make the difficult decisions, you have a great sense of understanding duplicity, falsehood. You have a great sense of understanding misinterpretations and disloyalty because of what you have experienced, where you've come from. The unresolvable situations that were founded in deception, willful deception. Whoever is attached to this knows exactly what they've done. And they have no intention of telling the truth about it because of an intense fear of exposure. Because you know yourself and your strength is returning back to you, and the wisdom you have gained from this land that you've come out of, you are one hell of a force to be reckoned with. A very established force with very, very good judgment. You have a new power that is developing within you. This power will be successful in your life, will bring you success, nobility. You have a sense of completion because of what you've done. This is going to be coming up in your future because of the work that you've been doing. And like I say, a realization of hope. You have a new understanding of yourself. A new great understanding of yourself. And it didn't come without a great sense of being vexed, not believing in yourself. And you always this is like a great teacher to you. This is a great teacher to you, the fact that you didn't even trust yourself, but you do now. And you did that coming out of this land of the dead. It was like, oh, I'm just seeing like you were like stripped down to basically almost nothing when you came out of this. Yeah, you still had your clothes and stuff like that, but I just mean you just felt so stripped of confidence, self-understanding. Like it's like you were definitely in a transition, definitely in a almost like in like a blender almost. This understanding of where you've come from, and also having a great understanding of when you didn't trust yourself. Not only did you not feel seen by the world, but you didn't feel seen by you. It's almost like you were unredeemable. This, what you have come through, you did by yourself. I'm not seeing like a whole bunch of people around you like cheering you on and supporting you and doing. I'm seeing like one or two people around you that you see once in a while. But for the most part, you did this by yourself. And because of this magician energy, you have a great sense, a wide range of understanding of who you are. A wide range of understanding of who you are. No wonder you have a realization of hope and strength. Wow, that's incredible. That's beautiful. What is the Six of Cups, Creator? What is the Six of Cups? What is this healing about? What a beautiful reading. What a beautiful reading. King of Cups, Master of Emotions. Very much in control of your emotions. Very compassionate leader. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. Temperance again with Temperance. Nine of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Swords upright. And the Four of Wands upright. Okay. So the King of Cups. Very compassionate, very controlled, very balanced, very much healed, very much in control of your emotions. Your emotions don't lead you. You have a relationship with your emotions. This brings you a great sense of spiritual inheritance, a great sense of you're very emotionally intelligent. You have a lot of emotional intelligence, and this brings you a lot of energetic financing. People believe you, they respect you because of what you know, they feel what you say. Yes, you're able to offer whatever you offer of yourself because you are tempered. because of the work you have done to temper yourself. Again, there was a sense of either you or somebody else has a sense of exhaustion, fatigue. And they're questioning, someone around you is questioning your motivations for doing all of this, like you're up to something, like you have an agenda. Because they have an agenda. Okay? Like, come on, really? It's projection, totally projection. And they know it because they look at you. Look at them looking at you, at your sense of homeness. You can't fake that. That's got a natural resonance that lands firmly on the earth with all four hooves like a buffalo. You have solid people around you who genuinely love you. Yeah. You know, and I'm just getting this sense that the people around you that you left behind didn't believe in you and how that served you, because it forced you to believe in yourself. But you couldn't believe in yourself in their midst. I'm seeing like, oh my gosh, okay, the Creator's showing me crabs in a bucket. You know that saying of crabs in a bucket, when your crab almost reaches the top and starting to climb out, and another crab from inside the bucket will pull him back down? That's what I'm seeing here, is that you could not change and operate from a deeper sense of knowing in the midst of this land of the dead and this old dimension. Because I'm just seeing people tripping you and interfering with you and sabotaging you, and I don't know like exactly the details because all of you were different, but it's just, you knew you had to leave the environment and get to safety so that your relationship with your own self-trust wasn't fucked with. Interesting. Yes. You know, this is interesting. Shall I share? Okay. Even my tarot channel, like, I've put my faith into others, some of the people around me in my life. I'm going to try to make this very, very general. And those situations failed me. And it forced me to trust myself. It forced me to turn to my tarot, to develop the skill that's in me, the skill of divination that was always in me. It was always there. But I couldn't bring this to my group of people. They would have interfered. So I see exactly what you're going through. I totally understand why you had to leave. It's like you were being reborn. You were literally being reborn. The tomb is the womb. The tomb is the womb. Yeah, leaving the land of the dead, coming back into life. The tomb is the womb. You went through a rebirth. Hope. 22, Anukat. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. She is depicted as a woman with a high headdress made of reeds or ostrich feathers. More rarely, she is represented in the form of a gazelle. Being the goddess of the Nile, she is linked to its floods, which brings nourishment, fertility, and prosperity to the earth. This is where she gets her name, She Who Surrounds. That is her invasion of the lands that embrace every being to bring fertility and happiness. She represents the generosity that gives rise to life. Trust in the protection of Anukat, who will guide you and bolster your courage, who gives you intensity and hope, even when renunciations and sacrifices arise. Remember that hope is in the heart of the optimist. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Trust in the protection of Anukat, who will guide you and bolster your courage, who gives you intensity and hope, even when renunciations and sacrifices arise. Beautiful. So this energy never leaves you, and to trust in it. Trust yourself. And I'm feeling that you're going to be doing a lot of healing. You're going to be helping a lot of people. And very much recognized. All right, I'm going to leave this here, collective. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope this reading was useful. I hope it is helpful. And I hope you can take it forward with you into your lives. Alrighty, you guys, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.